have amongst us some of Hong Kong's elite executives, including CEOs, CFOs, and senior finance leaders. And it is wonderful many of you are ACCA members.
Do we start to lose that edge or the ability to really continue to apply the 80-20 rule? Okay? I think this is something very important because there's always so much to do, and yet you can never finish it. Focus on the 20% and excel in it. I think that's always important.
If you look around the world, Asia is still really the good news story. We have got South Asia overtaking Greater China now, but you can see there's top 3 sort of fastest growing regions in the world, all in Asia. For companies, I think Asia remains the place that they really need to be if they want to take advantage of this growth story.
The event was very informative and definitely very inspiring. I got a lot of information from different Asian economies, as well as some wisdom from the leaders.
The best way to continue develop new business and new idea is to have a diverse and inclusive workforce.
We started looking at this issue about 6 years ago at the Hang Seng Index companies, and the percentage of increase has been very small, from 8.9% to 11%. And in the same time frame, 6 years, the numbers have doubled in Australia and Canada, the US, UK, almost every market except for Asia.
Just looking at your consumer base, which is increasingly becoming more and more diverse as well. More women are coming in the workforce. They have more disposable income. They might be making purchase decisions for the family. When you have a gender diverse organization, you can more carefully understand and evaluate the needs of your diverse customers.
I think one of the most important things is being able to look through a cultural lens. So when you are talking to people and being a leader, you need to take a look at the way they might think of the question or the way they might think of the approach.
I mean, one of the things that we've been talking for a few years now is CFO becoming the business partner, right? Business partner means you're standing alongside the other C-suite people, and then you are supposed to have that commercial acumen and all that.
CFOs are really good with information about all the metrics associated with effectiveness, efficiency and risk, to be able to present the right type of information to actually facilitate a decision around how best to manage those different agendas, priorities and conflicts.
Well, the accountants are too risk averse, but by being risk averse, sometimes the accountants may have saved the company. So there are always both sides to the same coin. So all we have to do is just to strike the balance.
So I think as a CXO involving in any projects, they should be in touch with the current technologies to source for the best for a company. And I think if everyone having a common goals, like bringing in values for a company and then respect each other's opinions, then I think we'll be able to get it through.
The CFO have to always keep himself or herself, abreast of, the latest development in the business world, in the technology, in, the tax, accounting, the operating environment, everything. Particularly when CFO move into non-financials, that is, something that, out of the comfort zone.
The younger generation really do want that opportunity to be able to express their ideas in organizations and have the opportunity to take risks and try things out and learn from those experiences.
We place more emphasis on these higher priorities because it's very hard to find, whereas the technical side, I think we can kind of teach people that and we can train people for that.
Sometimes can be quite humbling for managers and the Gen X leaders in that sense, that we grew up thinking about making my boss look good, but then at the same time when you're a manager over your subordinates, you really have to think about how you can make them look good.
If you have the same corporate culture as your company, you can paint a very good big picture about the future. And if everybody sees himself or herself in this big picture, it's easier for them to move along in your direction. And for that individual, it can be easier for him or her to become the future leader.
In terms of what I think is driving a successful leader these days, it's not just being functionally strong in the areas that they're trained in, but also being able to look across various different functions in the organization. So being able to work with their counterparts in HR, marketing, etc., and having a more global view, a more kind of holistic view of the business.
Once you are willing to show your vulnerability, you are actually gaining more trust and support from your people.
Build on interpersonal relationship, getting to know the person, empathy, being authentic. I think that's probably a great skill that a CFO will need to have to actually progress beyond the finance function.
This lesson I learned is don't be hubris, strengthening yourself too high. It's all of teamwork. You have to respect your staff, and no matter what, if you think some staff is not doing well, try to talk to him and give some respect instead of thinking that they don't deserve it.
So nowadays, you need to orchestra the whole team and then to work together to play a beautiful song. That is very important.